In today's fast-paced world, we're often bombarded with demands and opportunities. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and spread thin, trying to do everything at once. This is where essentialism comes in. It's a disciplined approach to life, where we focus on doing less, but better. The core philosophy of essentialism is about making conscious choices. It's about investing our time and energy in the things that truly matter, and ruthlessly eliminating the rest. By doing so, we create space for what's important and achieve greater impact with our efforts. Essentialism isn't about doing more with less. It's about choosing the right things to do and committing to them fully. It's about living a life of intention and purpose, rather than one of reactivity and overwhelm. Imagine a sculptor meticulously chipping away at a block of marble. They're not focused on every piece they remove, but rather on the masterpiece they're shaping. That's the essence of essentialism. Many of us live in a reactive state, constantly responding to external demands and distractions. We say yes to every request, take on too many tasks, and allow our inboxes to dictate our schedules. This leaves us feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unfulfilled. Essentialism encourages us to break free from this reactive cycle. It's about taking back control of our lives and making conscious choices about how we spend our time and energy. This means learning to say no to the non-essential, even when it feels uncomfortable. Imagine your life as a jar, and your time and energy as marbles. Every time we say yes to something, we're dropping a marble into the jar. If we're not careful, the jar will overflow, leaving us feeling drained and depleted. Essentialism is about choosing which marbles to put in the jar and which ones to leave out. It's about prioritizing what's truly important and saying no to everything else. Essentialism is fundamentally about choice. It's about recognizing that we always have a choice, even when it doesn't feel like it. We can choose to say yes to a request or decline it. We can choose to work on a project or delegate it. We can choose to spend our evenings scrolling through social media or engaging in meaningful conversations. Every choice we make has consequences. When we say yes to everything, we're essentially saying no to something else. We might be saying no to spending time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, or simply taking a much-needed break. Essentialists understand the power of choice. They carefully consider their options and make deliberate decisions based on their values and priorities. They know that every yes has an opportunity cost, and they're willing to say no to the good in order to pursue the great. One of the biggest challenges of essentialism is identifying the non-essential tasks and activities in our lives. These are the things that are taking up our time and energy, but aren't contributing to our overall goals and well-being. To identify the non-essential, we need to be brutally honest with ourselves. We need to ask ourselves tough questions such as, what activities are draining my energy and not bringing me joy? What commitments can I let go of without significant consequences? What tasks can I delegate or eliminate altogether? Once we start identifying the non-essential, we often realize that a significant portion of our day is filled with activities that aren't truly necessary. Section 5. The Art of Saying No. Saying no is an essential skill for any essentialist. It's about setting boundaries and protecting our time and energy. However, it can be challenging, especially if we're used to pleasing others or avoiding conflict. The key to saying no gracefully is to be clear, concise, and respectful. We don't need to provide elaborate excuses or justifications. A simple thank you for thinking of me, but I'm not able to commit to that right now is often sufficient. Remember, saying no to one thing is often saying yes to something else. When we decline a request, we're freeing up our time and energy to pursue activities that are more aligned with our values and priorities. Section 6. Eliminating the trivial. Once we've identified the non-essential tasks and activities in our lives, it's time to start eliminating them. This can be a gradual process, but the key is to be ruthless in our pursuit of less. We can start by eliminating the obvious time wasters, such as excessive social media use, unproductive meetings, and unnecessary email subscriptions. We can also look for ways to automate or delegate tasks that don't require our direct attention. The more we eliminate the trivial, the more space we create for the essential. This allows us to focus on our highest priorities and make meaningful progress towards our goals. Section 7. The Essentialist Process. McKeown outlines a simple yet powerful framework for living an essentialist life, the essentialist process. This process consists of 3 key steps: explore, eliminate, and execute. Explore. This stage involves discerning the essential few activities that will have the most significant impact on our lives. It requires us to step back, reflect on our values and priorities, and identify the activities that are truly meaningful to us. Eliminate. Once we've identified the essential few, we need to eliminate all the non-essential activities that are cluttering our lives. This requires us to be ruthless in our pursuit of less, saying no to distractions and commitments that don't align with our goals. Execute. This final stage is about creating systems and habits that support our essentialist lifestyle. It's about removing obstacles, optimizing our environment, and establishing routines that allow us to consistently focus on what matters most. Section 8. Embracing the buffer. Unexpected events are an inevitable part of life. They can range from minor inconveniences to major disruptions, and they can easily derail our best-laid plans. Essentialists understand this and proactively create buffers to mitigate the impact of these unforeseen circumstances. Creating buffers can involve building slack into our schedules, setting aside contingency funds, or simply having backup plans in place. By anticipating potential obstacles and proactively preparing for them, we can navigate challenges with greater ease and resilience. Imagine a ship navigating a stormy sea. A ship with a narrow hull and a high center of gravity is more susceptible to capsizing in rough waters. However, a ship with a wider hull and a lower center of gravity has a greater buffer, allowing it to withstand the waves and stay afloat. Section 9. Finding flow. Essentialism isn't just about doing less, it's about doing the right things with focus and intensity. When we eliminate distractions and dedicate ourselves fully to a single task, we can tap into a state of deep concentration and productivity known as flow. Flow is a state of complete absorption in an activity where we lose track of time and experience a sense of effortless engagement. It's a highly desirable state for creative and productive work, and it's often associated with feelings of joy and fulfillment. To achieve flow, we need to create the right conditions. This involves minimizing distractions, setting clear goals, finding the optimal level of challenge, and ensuring that we have the necessary skills and resources to succeed. Section 10. The Essentialist Life. Living an essentialist life isn't about deprivation or self-denial. It's about making conscious choices that align with our values and priorities. It's about designing a life that is both fulfilling and impactful. When we embrace essentialism, we experience numerous benefits, including increased productivity and impact. By focusing on the essential few, we can achieve greater results with less effort. Reduce stress and overwhelm. Eliminating the non-essential frees up our time and energy, leading to a calmer and more peaceful existence. Enhanced clarity and focus. By clarifying our values and priorities, we gain clarity about what truly matters and make decisions that are aligned with our goals. Greater sense of purpose and meaning. When we invest our time and energy in activities that are truly meaningful to us, we experience a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment in life. Essentialism isn't a one-time fix. It's a continuous journey of refining our choices and aligning our actions with our values. By embracing the principles of essentialism, we can create a life of intention, purpose, and impact.